Hey guys, Coach Hunter here. Kenzie helped me out today. So today we're going to build on the sweeps we did last time. So today we're going to use, start with the armbar, work our way into the pendulum sweep, because I think it's fundamental and very important. Yesterday I showed the hip bump and the scissor sweep. Neither of those are really in my A game. The scissor sweep used to be, and I think it's very, very effective when you're a beginner grappler. But as soon as heel hooks come into play, it becomes a lot more dangerous. So I will use that sort of type of movement, usually set up something else. So the pendulum sweep, though, is still very much in my A game when you see it at the highest level. I think it's very effective, but you have to understand the principles, okay? So with any sweep, the most important principle is using your opponent's weight. They have to give you their weight a little bit. If their weight is all the way down on their base, it's going to be very difficult. Let me show you what I mean. So last time we did the hip bump sweep, sorry, the scissor sweep. So we're talking about the scissor sweep specifically. So Kenzie's sitting on her butt, wide knees. Okay, so before, I got control of her base, right? I'm pulling, her weight came forward. Her weight came on top of me. See how her weight's forward on me? And now when I go to sweep her, it's easy. Go back. Trivial. Very, very easy. Now if her weight's sitting down and low on her butt, right? I still have control of her head, but now, I'm stronger than Mackenzie. I weigh more, but I cannot sweep her when her weight's down. Okay, when her weight's on herself. She's not giving me her weight. I need to get her weight, either by pulling her on top of me, or by making her want it. Okay. The other thing I'll show you is, so I'll just switch sides, so you can see where my heel is. If the heel hooks in play, the scissor sweep is dangerous. Okay. So just putting that out there. However, most of us don't have to worry about heel hooks. So let's talk about the armbar to start. Those of you in this seat on my hips. Yeah, so scoot back. Okay, so. Alright, so guys, with the armbar, remember, we need a mid posture, generally speaking, or low. Okay? If she's postured real high, properly, this is going to be very difficult. So I need to break her down to some degree. Okay? A lot of grips to use. You can go wrist and elbow this way, wrist and elbow across. This is my favorite grip. You can go baseball bat, okay? You can go with an arm drag style grip, okay? This one's particularly nasty. You can also go with one in the armpit grip here, okay? This is also very nasty. So, talking about when I get control of the arm, that's step one, control of the arm, okay? Next we need to pivot. So to pivot, this is a drill all on its own. I'll show some of that here. We can do with that chair, okay? I grip the arm, I step on the hip on the same side as the arm I'm attacking. But my knee is not loose, it's in, nice and tight, okay? My other leg comes up as high as I can, kicking up to my knee to my own chest. I'm gonna chomp across her back. You know, almost like kick her in the back of the head, but don't, okay?
Don't kick your partners, rule number one.
Okay? So I get control of an arm, I step on the hip, I chomp. You can just go back and forth doing this, okay? Now, when I get the arm, I step on the hip, I chomp. I'm gonna think about pushing through my heel to straighten this leg. You see how that pushes me away, okay? At the same time, this leg's gonna kick her over into that space and really turn me. Now I'm in line. Instead of being aligned with Mackenzie's spine, our spines are aligned, I'm now aligned with our shoulders, okay? Right here, controlling the arm, belly comes around her head, knees pinch together, heels go down. Okay, it should be a very small extension for the tap. Very little movement, okay, because I have everything tight. If I'm loose, now I'm gonna have to make a big movement to tap her out. And probably wouldn't happen if she was really resisting, okay? So, I attack the arm, and another couple things, this is one of the hardest things for people to remember at first. I've seen this in actual MMA fights. People get an arm, okay, they have good control, they step on the wrong hip and they pivot the wrong way. They go here and they're like, trying to bend this arm the way it wants to bend. That's embarrassing, Nancy.
Oh no, Hunter.
I know, I'm just all in love now, I'm joking.
I have done that in competition.
Yeah, me too.
It was,
okay, everyone does it, okay?
It was
not calling out anybody.
Yeah, so he's scared.
Not ideal.
So
that's how we make enemies, people.
No, he knows I love him. So guys, I step on the same hip, same So the hip on the same side as the arm I'm attacking, okay? I'm gonna follow the fingers. If the arm is properly across my body, the fingers are going this way, I'm gonna follow the fingers. I'm gonna go with it, okay? Or you can think about going away from the shoulder you're attacking. Whatever works for you to remember. I'm following the fingers, okay? My leg comes around, knees pinch, heels down. Okay, armbar, simple. Well, eventually. Mackenzie's gonna defend, okay? So the proper defense is for her to stack her weight on top of me, right? So now I'm scrunched. Ugh. She's putting her weight on me through my legs. Go heavy. Yeah, there we go. My knee's now in my eye socket. Yum. Okay, it's great. Everyone's getting a view of the old keister. Love it. Okay, so
Your money maker.
there's no. It's gonna be really hard for me to finish this armbar. Okay, so hold on a second.
I'm laughing so hard that it hurts.
Send this way. So, obviously being stacked like that sucks. And I've had people tap to being stacked. Not like in competition, but in the gym when they're new. Because it's very, very uncomfortable. Okay, but you get used to it over time. And especially as your spinal mobility improves, it's not that bad. You just have to get used to be comfortable getting uncomfortable, guys. So foot on the hip, chomp, turn, armbar time. She stacks heavy, okay. So, right here, this life is terrible. However, we have a lifeline. My arm is closer to her legs. It's gonna hook under her thigh, deep. I have a deep underhook on her thigh, okay? Now, right here, I've already kind of angled myself so it's like I'm not under as much pressure because I'm not under her shoulders as much. What's also nice about this is that Mackenzie wanted to pick me up and slam me, which in MMA you're allowed to do. She can't now, okay? I've hooked her base. It's gonna be very hard, next to impossible for her to do that. So, twofer. I angle my feet. The bottom of my feet are facing the top of Mackenzie's head. What that's gonna do is instead of pushing into her other leg, when I kick, I'm kicking toward her head where she has no post. Turn my head, my feet, boom, and I settle her down. Very easy. Because remember, what are the conditions for a sweep? We talked about it at the beginning. Her weight has to be on me, right? And that's what's happening with this armbar. We're here. I step on her hip. If you want, we call it the shaving the face, just posting on her head. There's one thing she can do is start stacking early. She was stacking forward. Now there's no angle for the armbar at all. Okay. So I shave the face, stiff arm, come around. She stacks heavy. She's heavy on me. Yeah. Life is terrible. That's what we want. I hook her leg. I already did it instinctively. So over time, I just say make this part of every armbar. Whether or not she can stack you, whether or not she can slam you. Okay. My feet turn toward her head. And you can see her weight, all of her weight's on me, because she has to be. If it's not, if her weight's down on her heels, sit on her heels, right? I can finish the armbar, right? So she has to stack. But that gives me the opportunity to sweep, because now her weight's on me, my feet turn. I'm just gonna knock her over, nice and easy. Whether or not she grabs the back of my head, it doesn't matter. Okay, my John Donaher story. When I was in New York training at the Henzo Gracie Academy. Thank you. We were working this technique. I asked, what happens if they grab the back of your head? He just stared at me, expressionlessly. Said, kick your feet to my hand. I did, and it worked. Turns out there's no difference. I'm just an idiot. So guys.
But he spoke to you.
He spoke to me. I know. I was like,
Holy
I'm never washing these ears again. And then the armbar from the side mount. So from here, guys, what's our time?
9 minutes.
9 minutes?
They're getting longer as we go.
Oh, on my back.
Okay. Head out of the way.
We need to take the random furniture out of the shot too. It's really distracting.
Oh my god.
On
what
your
do you
back.
want?
She just wants to be held, Dad,
Yeah, there we go. Okay, now.
like a
guys,
baby.
No, I'm
It's
just
very-
confused as to what he wants.
Defensive grip, please.
Oh.
So, it's very common, this. All right, as we get that sweep, they go for the defensive grip because they know what's happening here, okay? So if it's hand to hand, unless they're way, way bigger and stronger, it's usually trivial, so relatively speaking. What I'm gonna do is get my arm that's closer to her legs, wrist deep or elbow to deep onto her wrist. I'm gonna pull my hand to my chest and just kind of fall back and break the grip, okay? Once again, elbows pinched nice and tight, heels pulling in, all the same procedure for finishing an armbar from here, okay? We're just gonna go backward with it. Remember to go slow with your partner. Now she has a deeper grip on her wrist, elbow deep, and she's folded under my leg here. This is common, right? You see, this figure 4 grip, it's really important, guys, to understand this because this is a much harder to break, okay? And this is what's called spider web position. This is when in EBI grappling. This is one of the overtime positions, okay? So guys, same kind of procedure now, okay? One thing that I will do is remove this leg for a second, right? So either she's gonna follow it and get this kind of goofy, where she's more open. It's very easy to break that. Or she's gonna let go here, right? Keep your grip, right? And it's gonna make this no longer reinforced, okay? So I go to break this, I'm gonna switch my grip, so my arm that's close to her legs goes in, the other arm slides up to her wrist, and it's really easy to pull. However, if she tries to come up, she's gonna start sitting up. I just strip her head down, right? So I'm gonna violently kick through her head. Go back.
Yep.
That wasn't violent, that was easy, right? So I switch my grip, I was here, I switch my arm through. First, my arm goes in first. If I take this arm out first, she's out, right? She just has a turn. Other way.
Bye.
Don't give me your back, right? There we go. Go back.
Bye. Lol.
So I switch my arms. Both arms are in, then one arm's in. Or I can just reach up through here. So as I start pulling this, she may want to come up. That's okay. I just get my leg around her head and I kick. Okay, stomp through. And I do that as hard as I can in a match. Right now, of course, I'm not. Right? Especially when you're drilling. Don't brutalize your partner, because you won't have partners soon. Okay? And we come back and finish. Okay, quick and dirty, armbar from side mount. Thank you. So guys, play so play with those movements. Like I said, the partner shrimping drill is something we can do with, way, please. With our chair. How do we work our armbar? Well, I'm gonna think about doing is stepping on one part of it. Okay, it's gonna be more proximate. And the best thing we can work on is our pivot. So my body is curled, like I'm doing a crunch and just holding it, okay? You notice a common thing in jiu-jitsu is abs, abs, abs. Step on the hip, right other way comes up, knee to chest, and comes in. Try to kick and maybe touch your knee, and pivot. Step, pivot. Step, pivot. Step, pivot. Okay? Pivoting across. Try it out, guys. See how it works for you. Once again, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you on the mats.